sweetie! What's with your face? You know that the reason no one likes talking to you is because you look like you're ready to bite someone's head off, right? You seriously need to fix that. It's a huge problem for me.
Hello, Rachel. Are you sure that you were trying to send those texts to someone else, perhaps? Because I really have no idea what good reason there could be to be saying those kinds of things to your own mother-in-law.
You really think that I would make a mistake like that? Of course those texts were meant for you. I literally included your name in them. But I really wasn't trying to be mean or anything, so I really hope you're not too upset. I just wanted to let you know that this was a thing your face did all the time. I figured that because you never tried to fix it that you didn't know.
I see. Well, if I'm going to be honest to you, I thought it was pretty rude. And I can't think of a single thing that I've done to you to merit being treated this way. I know that I'm not your real mother, but I really was hoping that after knowing you for so long that we might be able to get along better.
You wish? I don't see how you and I could ever get along in a million years. It'd be impossible.
Oh, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But can I please at least know why it is that you do?
Your face just screams overbearing mother-in-law. And if there's something I know about people, it's that you can tell the kind of person they are just from looking at them.
Okay, Rachel. This is just getting to be a bit ridiculous now, don't you think? I really think that you are taking this rudeness just a bit too far. I'm going to ask you politely to think more carefully about the words that you want to use when talking to me.
Oh, trust me. I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm choosing all of my words very, very carefully. I think that you're just getting upset because everything that I'm saying is true, isn't it?
I really just do not understand what has gotten into you right now. Did I do something to upset you? Why are you finding it necessary to talk to me this way?
Oh, you didn't do anything to me at all, actually. I do appreciate you asking, though.
Well, then tell me why. Why are you always treating me this way? I am your husband's mother, and I think you should be treating me with more respect. If not that, then at least I shouldn't be getting bullied by you either.
Who do you think you are to demand respect for me when we're not even related? You think you're entitled to that just because you birthed my husband? From now on, I want you to stay away from my husband and I. Do you understand? Just being around you is enough to stress me out. And stress leads to getting sick and getting wrinkles. At this rate, I'll end up looking just like you.
You are still completely avoiding the question, Rachel. If I really haven't done anything to you at all, then I don't think that I deserve this kind of language being used with me. Can't we just try and act more like a family? I've done nothing but try to be kind to you. Just who do you think you are to tell me that I have to keep away from my son, Gabe? I don't think you'd want me to keep my distance from him at all.
Ugh, you are seriously so annoying. Do you know that?
Are you kidding me right now? You're acting like a child, Rachel.
There you go again, calling me names and stressing me out. You see? I was right. You are just a mean mother-in-law. Well, I don't have to put up with this any longer. I am not going to sit here and let myself be bullied by a mean old woman like you. I don't even want to see you at Gabe and I's wedding. Do you understand?
Rachel, please. You don't really mean that. Why can't we just have a calm conversation about this? Gabe, I'm not sure what's going on, but I think that Rachel has seriously gotten the wrong impression about who I am. Could you please step in and talk to her? I feel like she isn't going to listen to anything that I try to tell her. I really would appreciate it if you could do something about this.
Do you think that she has the wrong idea about who you are? What do you mean by that? What kind of things has she been saying to you?
She just seems to be fixated on the idea that I'm the kind of person who would bully my own daughter-in-law. And you and I both know that that is something that I'd never do. I really have just been trying to get to know her better. I don't understand why she always has to act so rudely towards me.
Oh right, now that you mention it, Rachel was complaining a bit about not knowing how to deal with you, but I think these things just happen, and that there isn't really much that we can do about it. I mean, sometimes there are people who you get along with, and sometimes there are people who you don't, right? That's life, I guess.
I know that there can be people who just never get along or see eye to eye, but it's different when it's my son's wife. We don't have to be best friends, but I just wish that Rachel would at least keep her rude thoughts to herself when we're together.
Well, I don't really think anything I say would really change how Rachel acts around you. I know that I told you about how headstrong she can be about expressing herself.
I could really use your help with you, and I really think it would be beneficial to all three of us. Don't you?
I don't know. It just kind of sounds like it would be a major pain to deal with.
And do you really feel that even though Rachel said that she didn't want me to go near the two of you ever again, you really just want me to go along with that and cut myself out of both your lives, Gabe?
Hey, I mean, maybe that's just what would be for the best. Rachel seems to have made herself pretty clear, and like I said, I can't see myself changing her mind, so...
I really just don't know what to say to that. My own son. Look, can you please just try talking to Rachel for me? Can we please try and communicate first before we jump to such drastic measures? I really do just want to get along with her, and that's it. Won't you please do this one thing for your mother?
You have really got some nerve trying to make my husband do your dirty work for you. It was bad enough getting bullied by you, but now you need to drag Gabe into this as well? I hope you realize just how pathetic that is. Or is this some kind of game that you enjoy doing instead? Do you have fun meddling in other people's lives?
Rachel, that wasn't what I was trying to do at all. Please, I think you're being very unfair to me right now.
I already told you that I want you to keep out of Gabe and I's lives, didn't I? That's why I said that you're not going to be at our wedding, remember?
And you're really serious about that? You really don't even want me to be there and see you two at your wedding?
What's the point? You were already there when we went to the courthouse. That should be enough. And if you think that after we do get married that we're going to tell you where we live, you're dead wrong. As far as you should be concerned, Gabe and I don't even exist, and you should just leave us alone forever.
Rachel, please, I just want to understand what it was that you dislike so much about me. I mean, what did I do that is making you take this whole thing so far?
I've already explained it to you, haven't I? I can tell just by looking at you that you're going to be a horrible mother-in-law. In fact, you're already proving my point right now. But I know how to read and what kind of person someone is just by looking at them. And you're just a walking red flag.
Come on. Do you really think that you can know so much about who someone is just by looking at their face? I mean, haven't you ever heard the phrase, "Don't judge a book by its cover"? You know that wasn't just about books, don't you? I just wish that we could be a little more reasonable about this.
And there you go, talking down to me again. I knew it. I was right all along. Well, let me take this as a chance to say that I want you out of our lives forever. Gabe and I never ever want to see you again. Do you understand me? I don't care if 20 years from now you're old and need money and nursing. Don't bother coming to us because we won't be there to help you.
Well, okay then. If that's really how you want things, I suppose I can't convince you otherwise. And it seems to me that Gabe feels the same way about all of this too. So I suppose I shouldn't stubbornly stand in your ways anymore. If you want me out of your life, consider me gone.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought we were never going to get you to leave us alone. But honestly, all you've ever done is intimidate me with that mean mug of yours. But I knew that if I stood my ground and pushed back that you wouldn't have any power over me. And that's why you're not going to be stepping a foot inside our wedding. Got it?
Oh, I understand perfectly, Rachel. But I guess if that's the case, then I'll just have to give my condo up to Gabe's little brother and his wife.
Wait, hold on. A condo. Your condo. What are you talking about?
Oh, hadn't you heard? I just recently bought a condo for myself.
You did? But how? That doesn't make any sense. I thought that you were just some poor old woman. How did you afford to buy your own condo?
You really just find all kinds of new ways to be rude to me, don't you? If you really must know where I got my money from, I trade on the stock market.
You invest. And day trade. And you were able to buy a condo.
That's right. And I've been doing this for some years now, so not to brag, but I have quite a bit of money saved up. And so anyways, I bought a condo downtown as one of my investments, but then I realized that it would make a perfect wedding gift. I was going to offer it to you and Gabe at a very generous price. But I suppose none of that is going to happen now that you want me out of your life, right?
Hold on a second, you're serious? You really did buy a condo and you were really going to offer it for Gabe and I to live in?
Yes, of course. Why would I be lying about any of this?
Well, I was just asking because I was joking this whole time, you see? But I guess you must have misread my messages. Of course I wasn't serious about anything that I was saying, though. I think we really got off on the wrong foot. Maybe we can start over and pretend like none of this happened.
Pretend like none of this happened? You mean you want me to pretend like you didn't just declare that you wanted me out of your life forever?
Of course I don't want that. It's just that, well, you know how jokes sometimes don't go so well over text, right? That's all this was. I was joking this whole time.
Really? Even though you've been talking to me like this for days, this was all just some huge, elaborate joke. I mean, you told me multiple times that you didn't want me around and didn't even invite me to your wedding. And this was just the most recent episode of you saying all those horrible things to me.
I am telling you that I was just kidding around this whole time. I mean it. Of course I want to get along with you. You're my mother-in-law, for crying out loud.
Wow, well, you certainly have changed your tune, haven't you? It seems to me like the moment you found out that I was about to rent you my condo that you changed how you felt about me. Don't tell me that you're just being nice to me because you think there's something to gain from it. Because only a real lowlife with no respect for themselves would do something like that.
It's just that I didn't really believe you at first, but I just asked Gabe and he confirmed it for me. I really had no idea that you were such a crazy investor. But now Gabe is telling me that you make some serious money doing that. I can't believe that I never knew about this. But then again, I always told Gabe to refrain from telling me anything about you unless I asked first. But anyways, this is all clearly just a silly little misunderstanding. And I see now that maybe we were both wrong to ask this way. So let's just put this whole little misunderstanding behind us.
And just what is this misunderstanding? Because if you think that I wasn't serious when I agreed to leave your life, then that is a misunderstanding. I told you what I was going to do and I meant it. There really isn't anything else to it beyond that.
No, you don't really mean that. You're just confused because you didn't get my joke.
You repeatedly told me that you think I have the face of an overbearing mother-in-law, and that you knew just by looking that I was a bad person. Was it also one of your little jokes? Because it certainly didn't feel that way to me.
I really don't think that there's any point in getting upset over all that. It's in the past now. What's the point in holding on to a grudge like that now, right? Why do this when Gabe and I are about to get married?
I should really be asking you the same questions, Rachel. Because I have had enough of you putting me down and treating me like I don't matter when you're marrying my son. But if you must know, you two are not getting my condo. It's clear that the only reason you're talking to me like this now is because you know there's something to gain out of it. Besides, I know all about what you were trying to do by getting me out of the picture.
What do you mean by that? I didn't do anything at all, I swear.
You wanted to cut me out of your lives now so that when I was older, I wouldn't become a burden on you two. You just wanted to abandon your mother-in-law from the start so that you could save yourself some trouble in the future. Well, I've already made up my mind, and the condo will not be going to you. The other reason I wanted to give it to you, however, was because Gabe's brother already makes so much more money than him. When I first offered the condo, he told me that I should give it to Gabe instead, since he wasn't in need of anything. But I'm afraid that after the way I've been treated by you two...
Wait, no, please. I'm really sorry about before. I promise. I really want to live in a condo downtown. You can't just take that away from me.
I'm afraid that you never had it in the first place. This was always mine to give or not give.
But why not? Even Gabe's brother said that he didn't need it, right?
That's true. But why would I even want to give it to you at this point? I certainly don't think that it was Gabe's job to tell you all about my life or properties, but you also told him you wanted to know nothing about me. Instead, you just got wrapped up in your warped perception of me and treated me like I was nothing. You told me that you didn't want me at your wedding, remember?
No, please. This really is just one big misunderstanding. I promise. That isn't what I meant at all. I think that you have a lovely face that could only belong to one of the kindest souls. You said that you wanted to get along with me, right? Well, now is our chance to start over.
You mean it? And you'll actually try to be nice to me?
Yes, I promise that I will pour everything I have into showing my mother-in-law the respect she deserves.
I'm just not buying it.
Wait, what? What do you mean you're not buying it?
I mean that if someone says one thing all the time and only changes their tune once they realize they stand to gain something, then that isn't a good person. And quite frankly, I don't think that I need or want that kind of person in my life. It's not my place to tell my sons who they can or can't marry. But I certainly agree that it would be better if you and I kept our distance from each other.
No, please don't be like that. It doesn't have to be this way. I can be nice. I can be a good daughter-in-law for you. Just give me a chance to prove it to you.
You've had your chance this whole time, and you've done a terrible job of it.
Please, Deandra, don't be like this. I'm so sorry. Can't we just please put this behind us? We can be friends from now on. I promise.
Here's the thing, Rachel. I don't want to be your friend anymore. And I don't care how many times you apologize, it isn't going to change anything. I've made up my mind, and I hope that you and Gabe find happiness by yourselves.
Are you at your condo right now?
Yes, I am, actually. But why do you ask?
I can head there right now to apologize to you in person. Please, let me show you how sorry I am.
Oh, I do believe that you're sorry. But only for yourself. I don't think you have any intention of truly apologizing to me for what you've done.
That isn't true! I really regret it all. I can prove it.
No. We've already agreed to leave each other alone. I would appreciate it if you could at least respect that.
You can't do this to us. This is your son and his wife that we're talking about. At least let me see the condo.
I'm sorry, but I really don't see any point in carrying on this conversation any longer. Goodbye, Rachel. Rachel continued to blow up my phone with texts begging for forgiveness and to see the condo, but I ignored them all and silenced any notifications from her. I reached out to Gabe and told him that he couldn't count on support from me anymore, but that I hope they had a good wedding. With Gabe's brother not showing that much interest in it, I decided to rent the condo to some tenants. A couple months later, I heard that Gabe and Rachel had gotten a divorce. I heard that all they did was fight all the time and that everyone could see it coming. Now that Rachel is out of the picture, though, I've thought about reaching out to my son to mend our relationship. But for now, I want to see how well he gets along by himself.